Alrighty, welcome to the next level, Regret. Um, this level is considered one of the hardest levels, but with this strat, hopefully it won't be the case anymore. Now, um, things that we gotta be aware for Regret is that it's possible to do the overload, the memory overload right at the beginning, just like we did on Kaido Station. Like, basically, we despawn like 98% of the enemies. We can also do that here in this level. And the good thing about this level is that um, different from Kaido Station, in which you don't get checkpoints after the overload. In Kaido Station, we can get one checkpoint after the overload. And that checkpoint is right at the end, like before we fight Regret. We can get a checkpoint. That's kind of a forced checkpoint. Now, different from Kaido 2, it's that we don't despawn Regret. We don't overload it that far. It's gonna be overloaded 90% of the level. We still gotta fight Regret. We still gotta fight some enemies, but I'm gonna show you the strat that we can use once we are there. And in case we died at the end of the level, remember we get a checkpoint there, so we can just save and quit, resume the playlist, and we're gonna load up into that checkpoint. Now, the tricky part of Regret, whether we are using the overload or not, the tricky part is at the beginning. That's the trickiest part. And also at the end. At the end, it can get tricky because we have to do a rocket launcher nade to jump. Either we're doing overload or not. So yeah, I'm gonna show you the overload. If you wanna go for the old strat, like without the overload, that also works. But I think this one it's gonna be faster, maybe not faster, maybe easier. I don't know. Now, I'm gonna show you the different situations and the conditions that we need to do the overload. Unfortunately, overloading Regret is not as easy as Kaido Station. Because we need different conditions. The first condition is that we need one needler, and we can get what that needler of an elite or of a drone in the first room. Um, so that's the first condition. We need to get a needler. The second condition is that one marine needs to be alive so we can reload our gun infinitely with that marine. Okay. Sometimes the marines are gonna die. Some other times the elites are not gonna spawn with a needler. So that's gonna be the tricky part. But once we get it, it should be fairly easy for us to do Regret. So I'm gonna show you right now. I'm gonna do a live run, see how long it takes me to get all those conditions to line up. So we're gonna start here. We're gonna skip the cutscene and immediately we want to come here and we're gonna jump to the right side. We want to do this fast. We're gonna come here and we're gonna wait for some elites to spawn. We're gonna smack them and we're gonna get two more elites. In this case, as you can see, the elites didn't spawn with needlers. Oh, never mind. There it is. There's the elite with the needler. So yeah, when we come here, we're gonna assassinate four elites, right? One of them may have a needler, and then this elite is gonna spawn there. We have to fight five elites in this part. When we kill the four needler elites, we're gonna wait here on the right side. We're gonna be hugging the right side. And the elite that I just killed, the one that was pulling the sword, sometimes he's gonna push. So we're gonna wait that he pushes here and we can do the melee combo to kill him. So I'm gonna do one more try here. So there, again, unlucky. They didn't have needlers. This elite is pushing. So let's see if the drones have needlers. One is with a needler, so that's pretty good. But that's what can happen. So right now my marines are dead, so I cannot do the overload. So this is what I meant, that this beginning is tricky. If we're going for the overload or not. If we're not going for the overload, it's also tricky. But I recommend you trying this until you get it. It's the beginning of the mission, so you can just restart from here. Like, may take you some time, but it's not that bad, I want to believe. Right now I see one elite with the needler, so I'm gonna be hugging here the right side. The elite pushing. Preferably I don't want to get out of this room. Like, I want to kill the elite from inside, because there are a bunch of jackal snipers there. Something we can do here is use the anniversary graphics to see the guns of the drones, because in this section, like, it's really hard to see them when they are cloaked. So we want to do that. Now, we want to make sure the drones are dead. We get 4 drones here, so that should be the last drone. And in this case, I have my marine alive, but something that he can do is he can start pushing. So what we can do is trying to get this little thing here, try to block his way, and to make it like, we want to put this thing like that. If we want to make extra safe that he's not gonna go, we can use this thing here. And something that I forgot to mention at the beginning, if you carried the sword and the beam rifle like I told you, you can use the sword here to smack this thing. It's like, it's easier to smack things with the sword. But if you don't have a sword, it's fine. We can just use a regular gun. It's gonna take a little more time. But yeah, that's what we have to do here right now. So just keep moving this thing. We don't want to smack the marine. We don't want to kill him. We don't want to smack him here, at least. So we're just gonna keep moving this thing. Make sure that the marine cannot go further. We can try to force a checkpoint here, but it's tricky because we need to kill some jackals, but might be worth trying. So there are 2 grunts and 1 elite. I already killed the elites, so maybe there's one more grunt there. Just gonna throw an 8 to see if he's still there. Yeah, okay, I can still see his hand, so that grunt is still there. Need to back up here. See where the drone is again. The grunt. Oh shit, I'm out of beam rifle here. Hold on. So let's see if he wants to push again. There we go. So yeah, I got 2 grunts here, and as you saw, there was a jackal sniper here. So this is why this part is really tricky. It's another sniper rifle there, another jackal sniper. Sometimes there is another somewhere here. So this is different, like the spawns are different each time. Then I like to come here. There's another jackal there. Sometimes there is one there. Sometimes there is another one there. Sometimes there is another somewhere there. So to try to force the checkpoint, what we can do here is try to kill those jackals and head glitch. Like, we can try head glitching here and see if that forces the checkpoint. So yeah, this is why this beginning is tricky, right? Like, we need the marine alive, and then we need to find a needler. So yeah, this part is tricky if we're going for the overload or not. It's just the way this level is. That's why it's considered one of the hardest. Right now, I think one of my needlers despawn. So yeah, we want to pick up the needler as soon as we see it. Yeah, I think it might have despawned. Yeah, I don't see it. Alright, so I'm doing this live. Remember, just to show you that You may not get it first try, and it's fine. It's just the beginning, so not a big issue. Got the needler. I'm gonna pick it up right now. Still gotta be aware of the elites spawning. Gonna hug the right side, wait for that elite, see if he pushes. He's not pushing, so need to back up here. Now we need to get in here and start going for the drones. And there. Yeah, that's why we need to wait for that elite to push, because he's gonna end up pushing eventually. So let's go again. Got this guy here. I didn't get him. Them. Got him now. Gonna see if that elite wants to push. It's like he's not pushing. It's got a sword. If that happens, we can jump on this thing. We jump and crouch. And we could try to smack him, but preferably what we want to do is wait for him to push. So we're gonna go here again. Getting lucky this time, like they are spawning with needlers. So I'm just gonna wait here, see if he pushes. There we go. He's got a needler. You shouldn't do this. Like coming outside is tricky because you can get sniped. I just did it to secure an extra needler, but you don't need to do that. You just need one needler. So here we need to be fast to get the drones so our marines don't die. So that's 2 drones. There might be 1 or 2 more. There might still be 1. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, in this section we get 4 drones. So that's it. I got the drones. I need to start moving this thing so the marines don't get out of this room. So there. And yeah, I recommend you using this thing to get to block the way of the marines. So we're gonna start moving it here.
Hey, calamar.
Te esconde lo suficiente, quizás te crezcan pelotas. Alienígena, ¿por qué no intenta ser menos bruto?
Remember, we don't want to smack the marines yet because we don't know how low they might be, and we're gonna use them for the reload. So we're gonna keep smacking here. Let's see. That looks good enough. I'm gonna give this marine a needler. I'm gonna pick up the other one and then leave it on the ground. And I want to bring guns here, so I'm gonna pick up some other guns here. Just be careful. Remember that when you go outside you are taking the risk of getting sniped, so just be really careful if you're going outside. So you're gonna get some guns. And basically, like we did on Kaido, we're gonna overload it. It's gonna be a different. We're not gonna use a corpse this time. We're gonna use a gun. Before we go there, we're gonna use this structure, whatever you may call it. We're gonna block the way here because this is where we need the marine, at least one. So we're gonna get this one close. Somewhere here, like that, so we can push the marine there and then get him inside, stuck in there. So gonna smack him and keep running, smack him and keep running again. Hopefully he will have enough health. Smack and keep running, smack there, and there we go. We got the marine there. All right. So yeah, this is the tricky part. If the marine dies, well, that's probably gonna be GG's. So yeah, this is the tricky part for the overload. Like having the Marine with enough health. It's really tricky, but I think it's worth trying. So, got a needler here. I want to pick up that other needler just to have extra ammo just in case. So, you don't need two needlers. As long as you have one, you should be fine. You should be able to reload that needler. In this case, I think I have full needler because I cannot pick it up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep moving my guns in there. Go. There. Beam rifle here. The shotgun in this case that the Marines spawn with. Preferably, the guns that we want to use for the overload are carbines and beam rifles. We can perfectly do it with plasma rifles, but that's situational depending what guns you got. But yeah, preferably carbines and beam rifles are the way to go here. So we want to get the gun stock here. That's not really good, but that could still work. So we're gonna get another one here. Hold on, I don't want the needler. I'm gonna try with the carbine now. That's good enough, but I'm gonna get another one here. The beam rifle. Get this one here. Yeah, that's a little better than that one, but it's still not good enough. I mean, it's good enough, but not as I would like it, but it can still work. So we're gonna get another gun somewhere here. Yeah, like, we want to be able to shoot at the gun. That's it. Like, we don't need to... That's why I tell you, like, the carbines and beam rifles are the best option. Like, there, so... Basically, what we're gonna do here, it's pretty much what we did on Cairo. We're gonna shoot. As soon as the needler is empty, we're gonna switch guns. And then we're gonna give the needler to the Marine to reload it. So we gotta be careful here with our ammo. So shoot here. It's empty. Switch. Plasma at your second gun. And then come and give it to this Marine. Like, you're gonna switch and give the needler to this Marine. And he's gonna be reloading it. And we're gonna be repeating until we get it. So keep shooting, keep shooting. About to reload, don't reload it. Swap gun. And then swap with the Marine. Needler and give it to him. And we repeat. I'm gonna use the infinite ammo here with the tool just to make this fast. But the idea is basically that. Use the Marine to have infinite ammo. What I'm using right now is just a tool, alright? But you may not have that, so... we go. So yeah, right now I'm just using infinite ammo. Just to overload it faster. But what you would be doing is shoot and give it to the Marine to reload it for you. But yeah, like, we're gonna keep shooting here. Just keep shooting, keep shooting. Like, even if you see that the needlers are bouncing, some are still hitting. So just be patient. It's not as easy as in Cairo, but it works. Just be patient. Just keep shooting. Also, we can try to find an angle where, like, for example, there we know we're hitting, so we can try to find an angle, so we can make it faster. But just keep shooting. Even if it looks like if it's not working, keep shooting. It's work. And yeah, like I said, try to find angles to shoot. So, yeah, preferably, like I said, the carbine. It's easier to overload it with a carbine or beam rifles. Depending also, like, how far your guns are, like, how far in the door are, like through the door, I mean. So just keep shooting here, and use the marine to overload it, to reload it for you, so you get infinite ammo. So just keep shooting here. Now to check if it's overloaded, if we have a plasma gun, we can shoot. If we can see the bullet, that means it's not overloaded yet. So just keep shooting here. Another way to see if it's overloaded, you're gonna see that the door is gonna kind of disappear. So that means it's overloaded. Or at least it's starting to work. Just there. You see the door is just gone. But that doesn't mean it's totally overloaded. Even though I can still see the gun here, I cannot shoot it. You see? Because that is still part of the other, like, it's still through the geometry. But just be patient. Alright. In the case that we don't have a plasma pistol to see if it's overloaded, we can shoot our needlers. And if we see that they still spawn, that means still not overloaded. So yeah, we want to overload it well, so we guarantee that there are not gonna be enemies, or if the enemies still spawn, they're gonna be so few and should be fine to take them out. Like from here, we gotta do it deathless until the last room where we kill regret, because we're not gonna get checkpoints until we get to the last section of the level. So yeah, from here it's gonna be deathless. So should be fine, but still gotta play it safe. Okay, right there, it looks like it's fully overloaded. Yeah, I cannot see the bullet, so that looks good. Now, in this case, if we need shields, we can kill this marine. We just need to overload it again, like with the needlers that we have. We're gonna give it to the marine to reload it for us, and then we're gonna shoot whatever ammo we have left. So we make it with shields, in case we're missing shields, or to make sure that we have some over shields. So right here, I'm just making sure it's overloaded. Yeah, it's still not overloaded. So yeah, it's this is tricky. Like I told you, it's not as easy as Kaido, but we can make it work. Okay, there. It's overloaded again. So right now we should be good to go. And right here, no enemies should spawn because it seems like it's completely overloaded. As you can see, there are no enemies here, but we still gotta play it safe in case it's not fully overloaded. We don't want to pick up guns or ammo so we don't release memory. We're gonna jump here, then here. We're gonna take the right side. We're gonna jump here. Now the gondola, this one is gonna go. It's fine. Just let it go. We need to ride the other gondola. I'm gonna speed it up here. Okay,
Bueno, fueron tan amables de traernos un
that
transporte.
looks good. If it's not well overloaded, you may still get drones here, right? So if you are not sure, we can play it safer here. We need to turn off the button, and we're gonna hit glitch. Basically, the enemies are not gonna be able to shoot at us. We're gonna come to this corner. You see this geometry, like this line on the left? We're going to crouch and hold forward. Just keep doing this. Crouch and hold forward, alright? Just to play it safe. And we're gonna be here for like 3 minutes waiting for the gondola to go. So in this case, it doesn't seem like I'm getting the drone, so I don't need to hit glitch, but again, from here we need to do it deathless, because we're not getting checkpoints until the last section, so
Este lago no podría haberse
just play
formado
it
por
safe.
erupción volcánica, lo que significa que
Also here,
este
like, if we get
desierto
drones
profundo fue
there,
creado por algún otro
that may
planeta.
mean that we may get
Lo
enemies
siento,
here, so
¿intentabas matar algo?
yeah, this is tricky. But if it's well overloaded, you're not gonna get enemies there. We can also check there. There should be 2 turrets and some jackal snipers, but if it's well overloaded, they are not gonna spawn either way. Right, no enemies spawning yet, so we should be fine. No enemies here. We're gonna wait for Cortana Zaya look here.
Ah, ya veo. Hay un
There.
sector sumergido
So
que
no
conecta
enemies
estos
so
poros con
far.
las
That's pretty
estructuras
good.
periféricas.
Remember, we don't want to pick up guns
Parece
or
que nos toca
nades.
bajar.
Like, we don't want to release
A menos
memory.
que prefieras nadar.
I'm gonna speed up this part. All right. So, gonna keep going here. Sometimes drones can spawn here. Just gonna see if they are there. So they are there. But we want to check if they can shoot or throw nades. If they cannot shoot, we don't need to kill them. Alright, like right now it seems like they're not able to shoot or throw nades. So we're not gonna kill them. We don't want to release memory. The fact that these grunts are here is gonna help with the overload. So that's why we don't want to kill them. If we kill them, we're gonna release memory. And we don't want that right now. So I'm just gonna run past them. Like they're trying to shoot, but they won't be able to, or they shouldn't be able to if it's well overloaded. Then here, if we didn't get enemies, still gotta play it safe. We're gonna take the right side. We're gonna jump here. Gonna come here. We can drop down here if you want. So far no enemies, right? So we only got those two grounds, but they weren't able to shoot. So that's the sign that it's well overloaded. I didn't get the drones during the first gondola, so if that happens, you should be fine. Let's keep going here, going for the next underwater thing. Gonna speed it up. So check if there are no enemies here. No enemies here, so we should be fine. No enemies, that's really good. Should be well overloaded. Also gonna be checking here if there are no enemies, so we're good. We're gonna jump here. Now we gotta be careful here. Jackal Sniper may spawn, so we gotta be ready here. In this case, he didn't spawn because he's well overloaded. And what we want to do here, we want to pick up the rocket launcher. Then we're gonna activate the button and we're gonna head glitch again. So to head glitch, we can use this spot or we can use this spot. We can also head glitch here. In my case, I like to head glitch here. Like remember, we're gonna find this line here. Like we see this line here and another line here. So this is where I like to head glitch. I'm gonna speed it up. So head glitch and walk forward. I mean crouch, look down and walk forward, and that's gonna head glitch. So right now I think I already made it to the end. I think I didn't spawn any enemies, so yeah. Didn't spawn any enemies here, so nothing here, so that's pretty good. And when we get here, we're gonna trigger the cutscene, and here we're gonna get a checkpoint. Like once we make it here, here we can relax because we finally have a checkpoint. Okay. So we're gonna come back into the gondola. We're gonna spawn those enemies there. Don't kill the grunts immediately because you want them to put the turrets because we're gonna use those turrets to get shields. Like wait for them to set the turrets and then you can headshot them. There's BR here, there's a sniper, there's more rocket launcher here. So we're gonna use these guns. There should be two ultra elites. Depending on the situation, we may be able to kill them or not. So yeah, this is the last tricky part. So gonna see if I can headshot this jackal. Nope. Alright. Now, what can I do with these elites? I could try pushing here. Hiding in this crate, they're gonna shoot it and it's gonna fall down. and we want to crouch and get cover on the below that crate, or behind the crate,
No hay
and we're
tiempo,
gonna
jefe.
try to
Entra ahí y
use
yo
the
busco
melee
lo del
combo
profeta.
here. So see how it goes for me. See if they push. No. Yeah, like here it's gonna be random how you encounter these guys, but basically we want to kill them. Sometimes they go and hide, sometimes they push. It's gonna be different each time. So we just have to play it safe here. See where the other lead is. If this happens, like there, they are hiding, just keep staying here and wait for them, see if they push. Another thing we can do is try to stick them and see if they pulled the sword. Should be easier to handle with the sword. But if you're gonna stick them, make sure they are not close to the turrets, because we want to use the turrets to get shields for the nade jump that we're gonna do. We need to have fall over shields. So in this case, I don't see the elite. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna smack this turret, gonna smack this other turret, and I'm gonna get back in the gondola to get more ammo. So I'm gonna pick up this VR. And I think I already picked up the rocket launcher here. So more VR ammo here. And this is the tricky part. We're gonna do a nade and rocket launcher jump. We want to make sure we have frag nades. So that is a plasma. I'm gonna use the button to switch nades. And right now I should have frag nades. So I should have full fragmentation nades. So I can use one to check. What we want to do here, we're gonna throw a nade here. There's no specific spot. We just want to throw it like at this height, like not too high, like somewhere here. Like maybe we can use as reference like somewhere here, right? So we're gonna throw the nade, we're gonna jump here, we're gonna switch our rocket launcher, we're gonna time it, then we're gonna jump and shoot, and we're gonna make it there. Now, this jump is tricky. This may take you some tries, it's fine. You may not get it first try, but remember, we got a checkpoint here, so we're just gonna have to fight these enemies again and try to do this jump again. We could try to force a checkpoint by going inside, but we are also risking losing our shields. So what I usually do is what I'm showing you. So I'm gonna jump here, throw the nade, jump, shoot, and I want to land there because uh, right now I survive, but the fall timer could get you really easily. You want to land on that platform, and then you can drop down. Uh, right now I got lucky and I survived the fall timer, but again, it's very easy to die for because of the fall timer once you're here. And once you're here, sometimes you may still have some shields or not. We should be fine. So what we're gonna do here is basically we're gonna block the spawns. We're gonna use these things to block the spawns. Just be careful, because we can get splattered by these things. So just play it safe here. Be careful. Like we want to bring one here, here. We want to block this door here. We smack and we walk forward, and if we see that it's not moving, that should do it. We're gonna do the same for the left side. So there, okay, can still move it. There is not moving, so that should do it. And here we're gonna use these boxes here. What I like to do is I like to switch to plasmanates. I'm gonna throw one there, so that one's gonna move it here. There. We don't want to go through the doors yet because we're gonna spawn the enemies here. Basically, what we're doing here is we're not hitting a trigger, so that's why there are no enemies here. That's why we do the nade rocket launcher jump. Gonna throw another plasmanate and hopefully we'll push it somewhere here. There. And we're gonna use this other box here. There. So right now we should have 4 of these boxes. And what we want to do is we want to block the spawns here. There's another spawn here, so just remember, play it safe here with these boxes. You can get splatter. So we want them to be standing like this because that's gonna give us more cover. So we want to put it like that, somewhere like there. Might be a little far, so I'm just gonna move it. That's okay. So gonna move it here. A tip to make these things stand up, you're gonna crouch and you're gonna aim for these corners. There. And there, you can get them stand up. So keep smacking here. That could work, but I'm just gonna play it safe and put it this way. See, like we want to block exactly like that because there are elites that spawn there. Basically, we don't want them to get out of here. They can still shoot us from here if they see us, but it should be fine. So I'm gonna put this one here. That should do it. Another one here. Yeah, and the reason why we want these boxes to be stand up, so it's like the elites have less view to shoot at us. I mean, this one looks good, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. There. And something else that we can do, we can use Halo completionist strat, which is blocking all the possible ways where the enemies can follow, because when we get in here, we're gonna get 3 grounds and 2 sword elites. We can keep using these little things. Like, we're gonna put 1 here, we're gonna put 2 here, we're gonna put 2 more here, another one here, another one here, the same there, so another one here. So basically it's like we block all the way so we can be standing here and be ready to melee regret. I usually don't do that. I never do that, honestly. It just takes more time. But if you want to do it, if you want to play it safer, you can do that. Just use those things to block the way. What I like to do is I just like to move this one here. Like I don't melee it. I just walk forward and I block this path. This is the only path that I block. So the grunts, they can spawn here. They can spawn. One can spawn here. They can spawn down here. They can spawn on the right. That's random. What we always get is gonna be 2 swords. 1 sword here and another one here. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go and hit the trigger. And what I like to do, depending if the grunt is here, I can either go for the headshot with the BR or smack him. Like if I can get shields, like if he's ready to be assassinating, I'm gonna go for it. And then immediately switch to the rocket launcher to take the elites. So gonna hit the trigger. Remember, we don't get checkpoints right now. Alrighty, I'm using a different video recording here because my game crashed and I didn't want to do the setup again. So we're just gonna use this run that I did as reference. So what I want to do here is prioritize the sword deletes, shoot them with rocket launcher. Remember, there might be some grounds, like the ground spawns are different each time, so that's gonna be situational if you're gonna focus on the grounds first or the elites first. So remember, it's gonna be 2 sword elites and 3 grounds. Like right now, I'm looking for the grounds. So in this case, I think it was 4 grounds here. What I'm doing here is I'm trying to force a checkpoint by head glitching. I got more grunties here to spawn, but I'm still trying to force the checkpoint. It's basically crouching and walking forward. There, I just got the checkpoint. I noticed the stutter in my game. And what we want to do is basically just keep smacking regret here. Something that we can do, if we get the checkpoint, I recommend you trying to do this if you want to go faster. We're gonna throw a nade at regret and immediately we want to board him. If we do it right, what's gonna happen is that the plasma nade is gonna make it through the shields that he has. Like there. If you do that, it's gonna take 5 hits to kill regret. But that's gonna be tricky. Doing that fast strat, if you don't time your nade well, you can stick yourself and die. So you don't need to do that. Like you can just keep smacking him until he dies. It's gonna take a lot of time, but that's gonna be up to you. If you don't do the nade strat with regret, it takes like 20-30 hits. If you do the nade strat, regret is gonna take only 5 hits, 5 nades and 5 hits, and he's gonna die. But basically, that's gonna be up to you, like how you want to approach regret. Now, something that we can do once we kill the grounds and we hit regret once, if we jump on this right side, like somewhere here, we can get a checkpoint. We need to crouch and walk forward on this right wall, and we can force a checkpoint. There are different parts where you can force a checkpoint. As you saw, I did it on the left side, but this one here it's safer. So that's gonna depend like how you want to secure your checkpoint. This one here, I repeat, this one is way safer and more consistent than trying to get the checkpoint here. Like the checkpoint, I got it here. Yeah, like here, I headshot some grounds. I tried to get a checkpoint here, but it doesn't give it to me. Remember, like the checkpoint, you're gonna notice a stutter. So you can get the checkpoint here. For reference, this is like the 3rd floor. You're gonna see the bridge here. And you crouch and walk forward. And you can get the checkpoint here. Or you can get it here. Like you're gonna see regret here. So yeah, like that's gonna depend like how you want to secure that checkpoint. But I really recommend you getting a checkpoint so in case you died, you don't have to block the spawns and do the rocket launcher nade jump again. So yeah, that's gonna be a regret. I hope this was easier somehow with the overload, and I'll see you in the next video, Sacred Icon.